Ian. And I'm a chocoholic. I've been sour now for 10 days. Or a week. Well, since Monday. I had it at Marsborough on the way here. But I'm not overly worried about that. I'm not hugely concerned about my weight. It's not a big issue. There aren't homeless people selling magazines about it or anything. I've done a bit about it. Well, it's actually been handy. I've done a bit of reality television. I'm actually the only person in Australia ever to compete and go straight to the top 20 on Australia's Biggest Dancer. I did think about the Biggest Loser, but I figure anything that's got a way in hasn't really got a way out. So I wasn't doing that. But I did get serious about my weight. I've taken on the new Jenny Craig meal replacement program. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a small yellow jar. It's called I Snack Too Much. And I've also done a bit of personal reinvigoration, and I actually had my colours done. So you probably wouldn't know it, but before I arrived here I used to have waist-length blonde hair, but I had my colours done and salt and pepper was my look, so I've gone to this. But the funny part was that I actually had the tint job done at the same salon used by Peter Beattie and Anna Bligh. Premier Tint. But I actually did get serious once I got here, and I got into the 10,000 steps challenge, which a lot of people here did. Not enough. We carried everyone, but that's all right. But in order to do the 10,000 steps challenge, you wear a pedometer, and I had to explain to a lot of people that a pedometer is not something that measures how far away Dennis Ferguson lives from your house. It's actually about the steps in the course of the day. I was actually a bit dirty when I had said yes. I'd signed up to the 10,000 steps challenge and then realised that AA have a similar program, but it's only 12 steps and it's for life. So I really should have swapped over, but I didn't get the opportunity. But I've been lucky in doing those sort of things. And I enjoy stand-up too as well. I was telling a mate of mine I love doing stand-up. He said, what about the audiences? It's not like I'm there for their amusement. But I've been lucky because I get to work around Brisbane a fair bit, and actually there used to be a club on this site, pardon me, called The Right Time, which I did a few gigs at before this building ever went up. But the other thing about Brisbane is that there's amazing things that happen here. I went the other week. We've got that fantastic thing, the Brisbane Eye. I went to have a look at that. It's magnificent. It's about half the height of some of the buildings around it. looks up to the cranes. It's incredible, really. I couldn't get in. It was shut. It had dust in it, apparently. But we have got things here that we don't have anywhere else. Our boss, as it were, Campbell Newman, has taken Brisbane forward. It's really incredible that Brisbane is going to have a go-between bridge. Now, this is a new and modern concept. No other city in the world apparently has ever had a bridge that goes between places. It's a new thought, and they reckon it'll catch on, and we will be world leaders as we deserve to be. And we have been with other things. We've got the Kurilpa Bridge. For those of you who don't know, Kurilpa is actually an Indigenous word, meaning is that finished yet? No. Do I look Indigenous? No. The Kurilpa Bridge is actually designed to be evocative of a sailing ship. So if any of you have ever seen a sailing ship with 158 masts, it looks like the Kurilpa Bridge. The other thing that's going on in Brisbane recently, and it's part of this, the council operation, is Brisbane Transport on the back of their buses now have a sign that says, we want you to drive our bus. I left work here the other day and there were 5 of them lined up, one behind the other. We want you to drive our bus on everyone. I got to the front one, no driver. In I get, off we go. I don't know that the 185 from the Valley to Garden City's ever gone via Indooroopilly before, but the people on board seem to enjoy it. We had a good time, we chatted. They thought it was pretty innovative, turning it into a convertible when we came under the Golden Mile at Moruga. They all appreciated the open air, they thought it was good. So I sort of liked that part of it. Talking about buses, signs on buses, you'd all be aware of the NRMA insurance advertising campaign about Unworry, RACQ, Suncorp. That's fine, they pay for those ads, that's great. But I saw a bus the other day, it's got NRMA ads down both sides, and I thought, that's okay. But they've taken over the destination board. I mean, I want to know, what is an university?
Undo.
It's just not fair, I don't think, really. But anyway. Who are their competition? You know, NRMA are really full on with all of that stuff. They must be worried about the RACQ. You would have seen the RACQ have those great backseat driver ads where somebody gets up and talks and somebody behind actually gives all the information. They've got a new one of those coming out. They've managed to secure the services of Jessica Watson and her mother, around the world sailor. And so Jessica Watson standing there saying, I was out in my sailing boat the other day and I ran into this container ship and her mother said, what, didn't you see it? Were you asleep? Yeah, no. So I ran into this container ship and her mother's got a sheet over her head running around saying, container ship? What container ship? So I reckon that'll get them a few in. But I really shouldn't joke about Jessica Watson. I don't know whether anyone else heard it. I had the radio on just before and Jessica Watson's ship's actually been boarded and robbed by pirates. She was asleep, strangely enough. But they stole her... her iPhone applications and her Xbox games. They were software pirates. I don't usually refer to notes, but I'm going to today because I added a few other things to this, so... I'll do this now. Look, I'll tell you one good thing about working in council, and for those of you who don't know me, consider yourselves lucky. For those of you who don't want to know me, consider yourselves lucky because I finish next week. But I was lucky enough, I had some time off. I had some spinal surgery during the year, and I had some time off. And you know what it's like when you're not at work and you don't catch up with people. And I was at home and I had a couple of things to do, and I started doing some bills, and I realised that I actually hadn't paid my rates. So I get this overdue bill when I come out of the hospital, so I paid that straight away, and the next day, you know, feeling a bit down about not being at work and not doing what I should be doing, and I actually got a letter, a personal letter, from the boss, from Kevin Marfan. And I'd like to read it to you because I think it's important. It says, Council has recently issued a reminder notice for your overdue rates. As we have not received a response, we have referred the matter for debt recovery action. And I just think that's great that he's taken the time out to write to me while I was off. I think that's good. The other thing that I've done while I've been here is Movember. I like to fundraise for Movember because I don't have to do anything except be a grub for a month and not shave, and other people put up money, so I figure that's easier than doing a marathon or Kokoda or something like that. But Movember actually raises funds for research and support in the areas of depression and prostate cancer. Now I've suffered one but not the other, but on those circumstances I actually like to thank all the people who did support Movember from the bottom of my heart and the heart of my bottom. I did tell you before about the pedometer. When I had the pedometer on, I was pretty keen and got into all of that. And I was here at work one day and my pedometer broke, and I probably got a bit more upset than I should have. And Mark was good enough to say to me, well, look, I've got one at home, I can bring it in tomorrow. And I said, well, that's fine! How am I going to get home tonight? So, but I don't know that I'm really committed to the whole fitness thing. Have you seen those T-shirts, the Bridge to Brisbane with I finished on the back? I got one of those that says I thought about it. And on the same basis, I may actually have to disappear at any time if the Gold Lotto people come, because they should have $1 million for me, because I thought about buying a ticket the same as Barack Obama thought peace was a good idea, and he got a Nobel Prize. So that should appear at any time, I think. Gee, these all sounded clever when I wrote them. I went to help a mate of mine the other day to do some work around the house. We did a bit of painting, a bit of plastering, carpentry stuff. And I just noticed at the end of the day, you know, you just make a comment about how things are, no repercussions out of it or anything, but I noticed at the end of the day, I realised that